Welcome back. You watch your Morning Live. Thank you for choosing to stay with us. Now, the black female body is by far one of the most interesting subjects as in the arts community, I should say. From music to theatre, film and poetry, right up to dance and literature. The black woman's form has been explored in many different and interesting ways. Now, earlier this month, Gallery MOMO in Parktown opened The Capture, an exhibition that showcases New York-based visual artist Florine Demosthene's take on the subject. Demosthene, who is fascinated by black culture, put together the collection during her travels in the Caribbean and West Africa recently. The drawings, which use her signature stain resembling technique, depict voluptuous female figures amid a strange world of decay and destruction. She joins me now in studio. Florine, thank you very much for joining us here on Morning Live.
Thank you.
Let's talk about what do you mean, this strange world of decay and destruction?
Well, the whole series sort of investigates this idea of a heroine, and it's the heroine in terms of how she views herself and the way when you realize you have special abilities, the way your sort of mind ponders on different thoughts. And so the idea of the strange world of decay is the decay of the mind. So it's sort of examining what happens in your mind when you realize you have this sort of special talents.
I wanted to start off this conversation by saying Happy Women's Month.
Thank you.
In the middle of this month, where we're reflecting on so many women's issues and our society and the role, we saw an article the other day in the newspaper that women still earn 17% less than men, and when we're dealing with these, how does your exhibition talk to some of those issues?
Well, my exhibition primarily focuses on the idea of black femininity. It's really looking at how women look at themselves, whether it's
and that's important, isn't it?
It's very important, because if we don't know essentially who we are and accept us for who we are, we won't get the sort of economic sort of stronghold that we should have. So I think for me, in exploring the artwork, it's not just about, in a sense, making art, but it's really thinking about how we as black women globally look at ourselves.
Why are you attracted specifically? What, with this kind of using the female form, especially the black female form, why does that resonate with you so as an artist?
Because I think the black female form has so many connotations, many of which is negative, and I don't think it's something that we understand quite well. Whether it's stereotypes that we see in media or historically the stereotypes that exist about it, but also to this idea that our femininity, our beauty is always pegged against European beauty. So inherently, we don't know our own beauty standards. And that's the part that I find quite interesting. And sort of creating this series is really evaluating it, because a lot of the images are actually of myself. So it's also me coming to terms of who I am, the size I am, where I'm from, and this idea of acceptance of who we are, and really thinking about these ideas of beauty standards.
Putting yourself out as not only as an artist but as a person in that space.
Yeah.
What is the kind of feedback you've received from other women that might have or are currently struggling with their own identity issues?
Well, the feedback has been actually tremendously positive. I think with the figures, they're a bit grotesque. They look like they're peeling. They can look like burn victims. And I think the way the materiality of the artwork lends itself for a lot of different translations. So I find that people can actually put themselves into the piece, which is very important to me. It's not about me just creating a piece and sort of telling you a story, but you can come and bring in your own ideas into it as well. So with that, it's been very positive. So people are really understanding where I'm coming from, but at the same time, they're bringing in their own ideas into it as well.
What recently, we've got a minute left, but recently this is all inspired. You were in the Caribbean and West Africa. What was that experience like for you as an artist?
It was fantastic. I was born in the U.S. I grew up in Haiti, and I went back to the U.S. And that's predominantly where I grew up as well. And then I took off and traveled for a year through the Caribbean and Ghana. And last year I moved to Ghana. And it's been fantastic because I've seen sort of black people in three different points of views. And you start
are they different?
They are different, but there's a connecting thread, especially with this idea of femininity. There's a really strong connecting thread amongst all of us in our different places. And for me, there's tons of material that feeds my work and feeds me as a person as well.
You're leaving South Africa in the next couple of days, but you've got a walkabout today.
Yes, this morning at 11 o'clock at Gallery MOMO, I'll be doing a walkabout. So I'll take you through a tour of the exhibition and a great question and answer session. So it would be great if people can come out and check it out.
Awesome, and we hope that you come back to South Africa very soon.
Me too.
Okay, that's Florine Demosthene. She is a visual artist who was born in Haiti and is based in New York and spends a lot of time in Accra, Ghana. The well-traveled visual artist's latest exhibition explores the black female body and is called The Capture. The exhibition is on at Gallery MOMO in Parktown until the 4th of September. Do make sure this morning there's a walkabout. Do make time and check it out. She has one of the most interesting techniques which just draws one in and captures your attention. You can also log on to her website or actually just go to the website at Gallery MOMO, which is www.gallerymomo.com.